Well, a lot of frenzy happening in the retail sector in Indian markets, but one man who knows not only about retail, but about the entire value chain. And of course, he is known as the king of retail. But now I think he has changed more in terms of the entire value chain, from procurement, from distribution, from marketing, each and everything comes under Mr. Biyani. Mr. Biyani, it's a privilege to have you on the show. A lot of talk has going in the market about the D-MART IPO which is coming in. Do you think the entire re-rating of this sector, retail sector, is happening only because of D-MART, or do you think in the last few months there are systematic changes which has happened in the entire sector which has led to this ultimate value find for most of the sector, for most of the investors?
I think India is a huge country, 125 crore people, and every generation consumes more than the previous generation, and there has to be a way to deliver goods to the consumer. So I think this sector is always going to be important. It has been important every part of the world, and so I think the mind space has shifted away to digital retail, and people expected that the world will change and digital will take over and everybody will buy digitally. I think now things have settled down. There is a realization which has come about, and distribution will be an important part of any consumer business. So in a sense, I believe there is a realization, and I don't think so there is any re-rating in this. Okay, there has to be somebody who will deliver goods to the consumer, and anybody who does it in an efficient manner will be rewarded.
I remember you were the one who told that the online model can't sustain for a long time, and we have seen in terms of whatever is happening with the valuations of Flipkart. I want to know what has changed, barring the last few months. In the last 2 years, people were ready to write off brick and mortar model in the retail industry. But now we are seeing significant improvement in terms of numbers which are even coming from you. Future Retail did around 350 crores of PAT this year from 70 crores. People are expecting it to clock profit of nearly 500 crores next year. A tremendous jump which is coming in terms of financials also for some of the retail companies.
I think we have been working a lot for many years, and everybody has created a model on which they can grow their businesses. So for us, Big Brother as a model has evolved in a very different way. For us, non-food business is large. Our gross margins are at a very different level, and we are majorly our own brand player, and in a sense, and we are now operating in more than 250 cities with small stores and big stores. So I think we have all discovered a model which can be a very profitable model on which we can grow, and it's all about the brand. It's all about acquisition of customer at a lower cost, making the customer loyal, and working a supply chain very efficiently. So I think it takes time to do that. And somebody told me a long time back, once the compounding starts, things starts coming in together. A lot of things comes together to make your model work.
Earlier you only focused on the retail side, if I talk about 3-4 years back, but now we see a sudden change in the entire Future Group. As I said, the entire value chain which you are now expanding, Future Consumer Enterprise is the one, where you make your own products, you are focused on in-house products a lot. What as a strategy has changed for the entire Future Group, and now I think you are more focused on only two things, which is food and fashion.
I think a lot of people now talk us as a retailer, know us as a retailer, but we internally in our organization, if you ask anybody now, we are moving towards becoming a consumer goods company. Consumer goods company basically in food and fashion, having our own brands and having our own distribution, which is retail. I think the biggest strength for us as a group is to understand India at its own terms. Understanding India in form of diversity, the heterogeneity, the communities, the fasting calendar, the feasting calendar, the festivals of India. I think we have understood India in a certain way at its own terms, and for us to understand and recognize that India is a very heterogeneous market, and we need to deal with millions and millions of customers, and you can't make a mistake. So you have to create your own products, because multinationals can't create products here. There is a new generation wanting to consume a lot, but the food habits have to be Indian. Food habit is equal to the culture of any society as such. So we believe there is a chance for an Indian company to build a whole consumer good business in the food and FMCG space. We have been doing that in fashion for a long period of time, and we have created more than 40 brands. As we speak, probably we sell the next year, which is 17-18, we'll be selling more than 22 to 23 crore garments, which will be probably 3 times larger than anybody else in the country. So we, having learned from the fashion business, having your entire value chain management, we are trying to do that in food and FMCG.
Well, I'll come to the companies individually, but before I jump to the companies, Is the entire restructuring in the entire group over? Because until last 3-4 years it was a debt which was something on investors' mind, and now I think most of the companies are very much comfortable within the debt position. Is everything over in terms of the entire restructuring?
I think the reorganization of our businesses has happened. We are now working towards strengthening our balance sheets. We are looking at how we can be offering to our investors, which is including us, a return on capital in excess of 20% year after year. How can we work on cash flow positive businesses? I think a lot of things have happened over a period of time, and I think the new balance sheet which we are drawing out seems to be moving in that direction, wherein we will be able to make a very, very strong balance sheet on which we can grow further.
Can Future Group become a debt-free group in next 4-5 years?
I can see that happening maybe faster also.
Lovely, good to know. Now I come to individual companies. I have heard several interviews of yours, okay, and you have talked about the growth rate in some of the companies, and I was astonished to hear 60-70% growth you are expecting from Future Consumer Enterprise.
I have talked about 80% growth in Future Consumer Future Consumer now.
Future Consumer.
I think there is a work which has happened in that company over a period of last many years, and for which we have to build products. So there is a lot of R&D which goes into building of a product, and we are a multi-product company and a multi-brand company, having our own distribution. So there are various factories which we have put up. All things which are in development phases are going to come alive this year majorly, and probably next year also. So the growth will be quite huge in this company because there are a lot of new brands, a lot of new products, a lot of new factories which have started, and they will be operating at the full year level this year.
Well, the kind of sales you do, sir, in Future Consumer Enterprise, Future Consumer, in the next 5 years at the growth rate of 80%, what you're talking about, can the sales could go to 20,000 crores for this company, Future Consumer?
I think we feel good and confident that we should be crossing 20,000 crores, maybe by 20 or maybe by 2021.
With the margins of nearly 8-9%, which normally...
I think margins will depend on the scale and the efficiency which we build up, but we believe all our products will be reaching significant size, wherein the efficiencies will creep in and the values and the margins can be very interesting.
Well, that's very interesting because I think with the company of 5,000 crores market cap, 20,000 crores sales, what Future Consumer, it's really phenomenal. I come to the second leg, which is Future Retail, which people in the market these days are very much focused on. Is 35 to 40% growth which you have done in the last 6 months or 12 months, is that reasonable to assume? And what are the triggers for Future Retail Limited?
I think there is a big store and there is a small store. For us, Big Bazaar is a big store and the small stores are the Easy Day stores. Easy Day stores are going to expand a lot. I think we have stated ambition of 3,500 stores, but we are experimenting on a model which is technology-led. If we are able to be successful in that, we will think of a much larger scale on the smaller stores. Our big stores are expanding 25 to 30 stores every year, and that will continue to happen for the next 4-5 years. So in that sense, it's quite a settled business. We have already running 235 big stores, Big Bazaars, independent 59 FBBs, Fashion Big Bazaars. I think our ambition is now to open 100 FBBs as fast as possible. So this year you will see a major expansion happening in FBB, which is our fashion format. I think we have got a lot of things right in our fashion business, and we are looking forward to a very significant jump in our fashion business this year also.
Oh, lovely. If I can come to Future Retail, sir, in that business, the integration of Bharti Retail, is it complete? And will we see, I think if the integration happens next year, so we will see the benefits of the integration coming in the numbers for the company?
I think small store businesses are getting stabilized to a great extent. We have now management has been converged. A lot of things are behind us. There's a new acquisition or the merger happening of Heritage at Fresh. We just got our competition commission approval on that. We are waiting for the court order. Once that happens, we would be running the Heritage at Fresh stores also. That should add up another 160-170 stores in our portfolio, basically in South, especially in Hyderabad. And I think that addition should happen this year. So 1,000 stores is something which we are looking at ending March 18 at.
Got it.
And Big Bazaar should end up at close to 270 stores. And we should look at around close to 100 FBBs by the end of the coming fiscal year. So I think it will be a significant move for us. We should add up close to 2.5 million square foot alone in Future Retail in the next 1 year.
Oh, that's super. You did around 14,000 crores of sale for Future Retail. People are talking about 25,000 crores of sale in the next 2-3 years. Is that possible?
I think next year we are looking close to 20,000 crores.
That is FY18.
Maybe a little less than 20,000 crores. That is the next financial year, which is 18. And we should grow at 25 to 30% every year for the next 2-3 years.
And I think it's a free cash flow company now, Future Retail Limited.
It will be a free cash flow company.
It will be okay. Talking about the future lifestyle fashion, again, I think this is, as per me as an analyst, this is one of the most undervalued company at the moment. There are a lot of brands what you have and some strong brands in this franchise. A lot of talks about, you could sell some of these brands in the coming future. What is your vision for future lifestyle fashion?
I think as much as you are excited about this company, personally we are also very excited about this company, because we started as a distant nobody in this company when we started this company. In our departmental store, we feel good that we are now nearly the number one in the departmental store space. If you look at our brand factory, which is our discount store space, there is nobody else in this market, and we should be close to 2,000 crores of business in the coming year. I think we have come a long way. We run the largest plus size clothing stores in the country, and we have multiple brands out here. And we feel good about what has happened in this company from where we were and where we are today. I think the industry is now respecting us in this company. What has happened in the last 2 years, we have changed the rules of the game. Our new central stores have redefined the market, and we believe there is so much of investments which we have made in this company, in various joint ventures, in investing in various companies. They have potential, lot of value to unlock. And wherever there is an opportunity, I think one value unlocking which we have announced is a Lee Cooper transaction, wherein we will be raising 260 crores by divesting. We are waiting for the CCI approval. It should come in the next few days. That should help us in deleveraging a little. And going forward, if there is an opportunity of looking at some creation of divestment of some of our investments, I think we'll be looking at this opportunity, because we believe this company is the first one to become debt free for us.
Oh, lovely. And the growth rate of 25-30% same for?
Maybe more in this company.
Maybe more. I think 3,500.
I think the largest number of centrals will be coming this year. We are opening 16 new centrals by March 17. That will be the largest ever we would have done. And central is on an average size of 1 lakh square foot. There are more than 20 brand factories opening in the coming year. So I think this company, we are also quite excited that what we have created is something which is paying us good dividends.
Lovely. Future Enterprise Limited, I think that it's an investment holding company, of course, but the major debt is on that company. Of course, it has a lot of investments as well, which, as per the presentation, valued about more than 10,000 crores. I really want to talk about the insurance business, the general and the life insurance business. Why are you still holding on to this business? 2,500-3,000 crores is the value which is estimated, and now the market is just talking about the insurance companies and all. Is it right time to?
I think we have built a very good insurance businesses. Our general insurance business has been doing reasonably well. Our life insurance business has started achieving its targets and numbers and budgets in a much better way. We are feeling good about the business. We believe there is a lot of value which we have created in the businesses. And whenever there is an opportunity of growing this business, divesting this business, consolidating this business.
Can we expect something happening in this year? Even if
I am nobody to say that, but I think financial services is not our core business per se as such. And whenever there will be an opportunity to be only looking at this business as an investor, we will look at it.
So, in terms of divestments coming in from the group, I think it will only come from Future Enterprise Limited going ahead, because that's a...
I think we have built again a very interesting supply chain company that will become very valuable. There will be an opportunity for us to look at something out there. We run office supplies business, Future Staples, which earlier used to be called, it's called Workstore now.
Also, you have some big pieces of land as well.
Yeah, we have 2 textile mills as a part of this business. And plus we get the lease rentals on the assets which we have leased out. So that company has its own path.